power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. It's complete to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Moore will throw. Caught near the side.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
And the Ducks will try to pick it up on 4th down. Off play action. Quarterback now breaking the field. Finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And it's up and no good. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll try it over the left side.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
From the gun, the ground game. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. And the problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him. And in turn, you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Finds the tight end. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. for it on 3rd and short. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done it. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Runs through a tackle. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. Takes the grab. It's Benson. And the defense settled in to stay down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It'll be 3rd and long. Moore to the air. Quarterback extends the play. Oh, he's got some space. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He rolls all the way down the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big game. He does it again. He's got the knack, but just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Moore. Touchdown, Ducks! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll bring it back. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They really need to find a way to generate offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. Jukes his way for more. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push.
Breaks into the open. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Catch in the middle, it's Cooper.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of Loud is deafening on this third down. They'll try to run for it. They just needed a few inches, and the defense knocked them down in the backfield.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach, watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. And that's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. And the Hoosiers want to move quickly.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that, and now they got a fresh set of downs.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Makes the catch. It's Becker. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Snagged out of the air. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
I know. The start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little use its first timeout of the half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To the air, it's Mendoza. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Indiana!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
Makes his way into the end zone for the deuce, and now they're within 5. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Snap of the drive from the 25. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking for space. It's Whittington. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Moore. Oh, he got loose. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Ducks will hustle to the line. Moore will throw. Got his man quickly. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moore. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Pulls it in. It's Moore. And he's knocked down.
All right, defense, you know coming into this game you're playing a fast quarterback. You know it's not going to be easy getting him on the ground. You got to start thinking about how you're pass rushing. Rushing right up the middle and allowing him to get outside, it's going to be a tough task.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Under fire. Turning it on. He is run out of bounds right at the 10-yard line.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism. He showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Whittington. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
There's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Mendoza. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Here comes the heat. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks the tackle. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Hoosiers will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Cooper. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously, trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the play.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Looking for an open area to his left. Takes a hit as he fires. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's two things.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He throws one to the left. Catch and stride inside the 15. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. Just about set to get this second half underway. Bringing it back. And the returner will be brought down. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven.
He'll take a deep shot here. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
I love the defensive mentality coming out here early in the third quarter. They've got the lead. They know the offense is going to be aggressive and start taking shots. A really nice play call that time, and an even better job in the back end.
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those two interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Ducks have moved it inside the 20. On the run, it's Whittington. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Hoosiers are in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Pressure coming. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He'll throw it. Caught close to the marker. It's Cooper. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Indiana.
And the Hoosiers with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He turns it loose to the left. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, offensively, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Trip to the end zone. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Fakes the grab on the left. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for two does not work out.
That keeps the score. Oregon 27, Indiana 14.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Moore to the air. On the run, still looking. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. With the catch, it's low. And the 40, there he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Wants to go up top. He fires a bullet to the right. Fires into traffic, picked off. Looking for more room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the back. Pulls it in. It's Hemby. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
The Hoosiers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Really good job running the ball, getting that first down. Now here comes the tempo.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, running back on the move. Still running at the 40. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Moore will throw. That's caught. It's Moore. Big play for this offense as they get into the 32.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And that is incomplete.
That's a good example of a good pass rush affecting your quarterback's rhythm. He wasn't able to just take his steps and throw with his feet underneath him on balance. He was forced to move, forced to escape the pocket, and right away everything fell apart with the accuracy and obviously not on the same page with his wide.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Makes the catch. It's Benson. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
You know, that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Well, I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense has taken now. The nice lead here late in the 3rd quarter. They're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Moore to the air. Forced out of the pocket. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Black. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. And the Hoosiers come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Lets it fly. Wide open downfield. He's in the plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
And some room to work. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Off the boot, looking for his man. On the run, fires downfield. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. I love the bootleg call on 4th down because even if you know it might be coming, you have to respect the fake.
Yeah, and you don't know where the launch point's going to be. So you're going to blitz, but then now they move the pocket, and it becomes hard because you got to get a moving target. Nice job by the offense, understanding the situation, using the quarterback's athletic ability to get the first down.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Slings it downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Touchdown, Indiana! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. Took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Comes the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and passing. There he goes. Got the first down and more. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's going to take off. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays, and you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him, and as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. the back and leaves it on the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Sends it back in motion. Moore will throw. Makes the grab. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got it in the middle, it's Benson. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Holds it on the bootleg fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And it's picked off for the 4th time today.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Using his legs, it's Whittington. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we could put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Got his man. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Ducks have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want it to...
Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Well, the good news about this drive, Jed, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
A strike downfield. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Man, you got to like these last two plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
Caught in the backfield, it's Black. Nice move to pick up yardage. The Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Keeps it on the bootleg. Now improvising. Finds space on the right. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Caught in the backfield. It's Black. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
On the ground. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He makes it in for the deuce, and now it's a 14-point game. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Moore to the air. Trying to set up the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They'll run the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's a...
Oh, he's got some space. The 40. He's at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want.
Yes, and we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Oh, they're after him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Timeout called by the defense, and there are only 10 seconds left in the game. Defense feeling it here, trying to put a stop to this drive and maybe this game after that earlier sack. Looking to scramble. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Moore will throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Going for 6. Touchdown, Ducks! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
That game not nearly as competitive as many of us expected. I think it was a quintessential example of one team got ready for a game and the other one got ready for a fight.
Yeah, I think we've got a new favorite to win the national championship right now. If you're betting this top 5 opponent to blow out the #1 team in the country like that, that is a statement everybody's got to take account of. Unbelievable talent, and what a dominant performance.
I mean, they put it together. And to watch them dismantle that, they made that team, who was #1 in the country, look really, really average. This is my new favorite to win the college football playoff. They proved it today. They can beat anybody, and they can beat anybody bad. That's a great team they just took apart.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Musketeers will kick it away to start. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Breaks into the open. Gives him the big stiff arm. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Dances away. Right on the money. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Clemson jumps to the line. He's looking to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Quick strike through the air for the score.
I love the aggressiveness early by this offense. 4th and goal, no problem. Putting the drive together, staying aggressive, and they get rewarded.
I like just paying the drive off, too, because it's the opening drive of the game. You've marched it down the field. You want to come away with a touchdown, right? And maybe the decision-making there for the coaches, listen, even if we don't get it, our defense is out in good field position. There's a lot of football left to go. We can make up for it later. I love the aggressive play call.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll get rid of it. Working that left side. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
It's so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
The play action fake. Catch in the middle. It's Matthews. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
To the air, it's Aguilar. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback adapting. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
He's open on the right. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. This has been a staple of the offense at Clemson. Get those big receivers, let them make plays downfield, and it's been very effective over the years.
Yeah, and good quarterback play obviously helps, but when you got good matchups on the outside, it kind of makes the defense very predictable. Like, I got to give help. Okay, it helps my running game. You don't give help. Okay, I'm throwing to my freak out wide. So I think these guys on the outside with all that speed definitely are a problem for defenses.
Back to pass on second down. He'll try turning it on. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Clemson is quick to the line. In the red area, it's Randall. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Motion from the back. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Sets up the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose here. And the screen seemed like a good idea at the time, but they were fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, on defense, I think it just comes locating blockers and then defeating those blocks getting to the football.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
He's got it. 2-point try as good as they build on this lead. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bishop. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably... second-guessing that return. this drive going from the 17. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got enough for the first down. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. Big Orange churning out those first downs on the ground, sort of like Arian Foster used to do.
Yeah, you couldn't write the script any better. Just pound the ball, establish the run game, opens up the play action, exactly how you want to run your offense.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Such a great job on the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means third and long. Third and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Scanning the field, it's Aguilar. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Randall. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Gets rid of it. The short hands. It's Williams. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Looking for the goal line. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal. They're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. So here is the Tennessee offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to throw. It's Aguilar. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
That earlier sack really set them back, but they'll still go for it here. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that takes some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Here's a heat. Finds his big tight end. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Tiger! Fitted in the window for the score. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with...
U. Philly. What the helly?
competition in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Well, that'll give them good field position as he kicks it out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On the ground, it's Jackson. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. Alabama pushing the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd and I will burn down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Showing off the arm. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's just it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that when you're looking for the 1st down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off. The defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That pass is well on target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. 3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense. That's one way to make sure you avoid a safety. Just get it to the other end of the field. It's 1st and 10 in plus territory. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's reeled in. It's Peoples. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air, it's Sayin. Got his man. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the foot.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jackson. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Buys a little time. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot, you start trying to aim it.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Hey, the grab in the end zone for the score.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
Did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Let's see what he can do with the return. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Going to try to get it himself. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. Alabama quickly back to the line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his feet to buy time. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. 2nd down coming up. The give to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Fires to the tight end. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
You got to love that. On deep.
Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
To the air on 2nd down. Dances away to buy time. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Caught near the sticks, it's Williams. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this.
There he goes. The 20, the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
will just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Gets it out quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Grab near the marker. It's Tate. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Got it in the middle, it's Tate. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. To the air on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Trying play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Smith. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Trying to get the corner. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies into the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speedster the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To throw, it's Sayin. The throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
The give is to Miller. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. But a little time, lets it go. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Breaks into the open. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Caught behind the line. It's Bernard. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
Throws for the tight end. Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
And that's why these guys play defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a fit.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice.
And the Heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
And now if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good fourth down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from the...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number one job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
Snagged in the middle. It's Tate. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. He got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
You can just see the command eyes of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Now the play fake. Rush is on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Big guy smells it. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Looking to the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. Brought down inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 after that interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked at.
And that is interception number 3 on the day.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the 1st half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his play.
Here's 1st and goal, and they can go to the locker room with a huge cushion. To the air, it's Sayin. Moves around to clear up the vision. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense. In the sudden change situation, they've barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line.
Looking for the end zone. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3. Touchdown, Ohio State! Great job by the back on the option. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Miller. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Alabama quickly back to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Who needs a 2-minute offense when you're this explosive? This offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Trying to escape and get it, and turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Ball is loose. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. And sometimes you just count your blessings, and the blessing for the offense was that the ball went out of bounds.
How devastating would that have been for this offense, Reese, if they had lost possession down here in the red zone? That would have been a killer for this offense, for their momentum, for the entire team. Really, really lucky that ball tripled back.
They'll try to get the first through the air. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown tie.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. He makes his way into the end zone for the 2, and now they trail by just 13. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Steps away to find some room. There he goes. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's dragged down after the interception. interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We're just about ready to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they like, because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Dropping back, it's Simpson. That's caught. It's Williams. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. New set of downs after the completion.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Finds his man. It's Williams. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Offense lining up quickly. Wants to throw again. Bringing the heat. The short hands, it's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Takes a handoff, and he's going right. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Miller. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. The sweet feet buy a little time. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
You know, you wonder sometimes if this quarterback, because of the success good is going to happen. I think that time, guys, he should have stayed in the pocket and tried to take a shot, because it looked to me like he had a guy open downfield.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. This defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
And just having a guy that can continually make plays on the ground, it just opens up space for your running back, for your receivers, makes you defend the whole field, and it's not always big gains, but you've seen him today, man. It keeps the offense in positive situations with just little plays here and there, knowing he's a threat.
Bulldozes his way through. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Alabama quickly back to the line. takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's in for the 2, and that is big because now it's a 1-possession game. They trail by 8. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Got out of trouble and throws. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Behind the chains now on second and long. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Buys a little extra time. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Last play didn't go well. It leaves them with second and 11. They'll run play action. He's got the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game. Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
He's got it on the move. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They got him to jump. The defense got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 1st down. The penalty on the defense, but they don't really give up much ground. There's not much to lose this close to the end zone. Now on 2nd and goal. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. Skips away from pressure. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Miller with the ball. Fighting off the defender. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Miller. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that 1st, keep the drive going.
That's caught. It's Williams. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Back to pass. Still looking on the move. Throwing on the run. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Rudy Ingram in the sights for a single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get 1, it's a nice day. But when you get 2, It's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blown the run play up for a huge...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Smacks it with the stiff arm. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes that Alabama offense. Give to the running back. Got enough for the first. That's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. To the air, it's Sayin. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
Fires left. It's caught. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
They're going to run it. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Looking to throw on third and goal. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
They'll move the tight end. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense...
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. You just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Trying to keep this drive alive. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 50. The 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
And, man, that is crushing to a defense. You force the 4th down. You know they're going to run the football. You're bringing guys near the line of scrimmage, and you can't get him to the ground. Not only does he get the 1st down, he gets a huge chunk after that. This defense is definitely going to be deflated.
Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Makes the grab. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw at Simpson. Lets it fly. Finds his big tight end. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I think that time offensively, just try to take what the defense is giving them, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
What a huge stop by the defense, forcing the 4th down and making the 4th down and goal a little bit harder by getting a lost yardage play. Nice job bowing up by this defense.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football